You're listening to podradio.co.za.
Hey guys, welcome back after our short break. This week's topic is self-esteem. Many teenagers have a very low self-esteem and often feel miserable when they are not able to fit in. During this podcast, we will discuss the effects of low self-esteem and basically how to boost your self-esteem. Here we go.
Hi guys, this is Amber Isaacs and I think I have a low self-esteem, which I never had while growing up. Like in primary school, I was like really overweight, but and I even got like bullied a lot, but that didn't like really bother me because I was like super comfortable and happy in my body. But the year before high school, I was like, the kids in high school is like probably worse than the kids in primary school. So that was like my motivation to join. I then decided to join a hip hop class at my school, and I started to like just eat healthy. And then boom, I almost lost half my weight. But during my second, third year on high school, I got into a relationship that was like really toxic, and I started gaining some of my weight back, and that made me like very insecure, and then I developed my low self-esteem. And having a low self-esteem can like really affect you negatively. Like it creates anxiety, stress, lack of confidence, and it just causes you not to accept yourself and how you look. But there are like some tips I can give you guys today to boost your self-esteem that like really helped me. Is that you should turn those negative comments, that negative voice in your head is telling you that like you are not beautiful and that you are not enough and that you are not skinny enough, into positive comments like saying that you are enough and that you are beautiful. Work out like running, going for walks, and even dancing. It will like really make you feel good about yourself, and just do things that make you feel good and happy. Having a high self-esteem is really important because it makes you feel and be confident in your own skin and makes you feel comfortable and happy with yourself and how you look. It just allows you to have a better life experience.
Hey everyone, Jordan here. So as you guys saw that today's topic is about our self-esteem. So I think I have a high self-esteem because of the way I genuinely look at myself and how I, point at myself to be, and the fact that I accept who I am as a person and that I don't base or compare myself to other people. Like everyone is unique and different in their own way, and therefore that contributes to your high self-esteem or low self-esteem. So for me, I feel like because of me accepting myself and knowing that yes, my flaws is actually what makes me unique and who I am. So we might think that our flaws breaks us just because we're not the same like someone else, yet it's actually as well it could be our weakness, it's actually our strong points at the same time. So the question was posed that how do you think a low self-esteem can have an effect on you? So I feel that a low self-esteem contributes in many areas of your life. If you have a low self-esteem, you end up being depressed, or you neglect yourself, and you don't look after yourself and you don't take care of yourself, and basically you just think you are never good enough for anything or you don't have a purpose in life. So if you have a high self-esteem, then you will feel you can take on the world basically. But if you don't, then you're gonna feel like you're worthy of not being able to do anything because you basically categorize yourself and you tell yourself you're not good enough or will never be good enough for anything. So tips on how to boost your self-esteem would be to basically talk to yourself every morning, motivate yourself. I mean, the main person in your life is yourself, and that should always be the way it should be, that you must motivate, dress yourself up, even if it makes, like females, like for example female, because I can talk from a female point of view. If you just dress up yourself and make yourself look gorgeous, that also boosts up your self-esteem. And like all these, it's like small things that contribute to the way your hair looks, the way you smell, the way you talk, perhaps the way you dress, the way you just think in general. These contribute. So it's important to have a high self-esteem, because, or to feel good about yourself, because it's better that way. That way you know that, you know what, it's just, end of the day, the way you feel about yourself plays a big role in what you do in your life, and it plays a role in how you see yourself and how you end up executing or feeling about certain things. So if you have a high self-esteem, then that high self-esteem will end up reflecting in your work and your daily routines and things. So yeah.
Yo, it's your man, Mr. CWR. It's been a while, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm right back at you, giving you the latest topic. And thinking about the latest topic right now, well, I think that I don't have a high self-esteem, no, a low self-esteem. I'm more about in between. Yeah, that's about in between both of them. Reason being, at times I feel depressed, upset and down, and at times I feel worried about things as well. So which means my self-esteem then drops, thus me being or having a low self-esteem. And at times then I have a high self-esteem, which I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm energetic, I don't know, I'm aggressive. I like being aggressive at times. I'm sorry, but it's just me, you know. That's me. When my self-esteem is high, I'm just me. I'm happy. I feel like I'm free, you know, like the happiest person on earth. So yeah, I'd say I'm in between. And how I think the low self-esteem can affect me is, well, it can affect you in many ways. Well, for me, it can affect me in so many ways, which is affecting me in my schoolwork, my relationship with my mother and my sister and brother at home, or any family member at home, or friends, or any family member, you know. It also leads to affecting my studies as well, where I struggle to cope. But then, yeah, you struggle to cope, and it's just a real trench mesh when a low self-esteem affects you, because then that's the time when you need that motivation to rise up to the occasion. And to give some special tips or advice on how you can boost your self-esteem is to, well, be you. Just be you. Do you. Don't follow someone else's ways, because not everyone's ways are the same, you know. Do you. Think you. Never give up. Just try and grow on yourself. Grow that, plant that seed and let it grow until you are something magnificent. And why is it important to have a high self-esteem or to feel good about yourself? Well, if you don't feel like yourself, then you shouldn't be who you are right now. And I'm your man CWR. Peace out.
Hi everyone, it's Renee here, and on today's podcast we'll be discussing low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is really common amongst teenagers, and it has been proven miraculously numerous times. And I think most of our low self-esteem comes from the way we look at ourselves. And I, for one, happen to have a bit of a low self-esteem when it comes to how I look. Since the media portrays the way females are supposed to look in the eye of man, it makes certain women, girls, teenagers feel uncomfortable about themselves and their body. And it's not all of us, it's just the majority of us gets pretty offended because we can't look a certain way. And some of us accept that we can't look a certain way, and some of us don't. But to improve your self-esteem issues, I would suggest, appreciating who you are and what you have, because not everyone can have what you have. Maybe not having the perfect slim waist body is not important, or not being able to look a certain way, talk a certain way, or act a certain way. You should just be yourself. And if people can't come to terms with who you are, then there's honestly something wrong with them. But it's not that easy. I know it's not that easy for someone to overcome low self-esteem. It has taken me a really, really long time, and I'm still struggling with my insecurities about myself. And it's okay. It's really okay. There's nothing to feel ashamed of. It's a phase that we all have to grow through and improve our thinking about ourselves. It's the only way we'll get to the level of maturity where we can accept each other as equals. But that is my advice to you. Don't put everyone else's opinions on a pedestal above yours. But thank you for listening.
Hi everyone, Aiden here, and on the topic of self-esteem, I think I have a fairly high self-esteem. One of the reasons why I can say that is because, I'm quite comfortable in my own skin. What people say and think about me means very little to me, so their opinions will have no effect. And having a low self-esteem can affect you in a number of bad ways. Just to list a few of them: loneliness, creating unnecessary anxiety, stress, and an increase in the likelihood of depression. And let's be real, nobody likes being depressed. It could cause problems in relationships, with friends, and even just your romantic relationships as well. My advice for boosting one's self-esteem is to become confident in yourself. Learn to know your strengths and weaknesses, and work on your weaknesses and sharpen your strengths. But never push yourself too far. Give yourself a break, because it's important. And having a high self-esteem is important because people are less likely to try and take advantage of you. It's easy to manipulate and take advantage of someone with a low self-esteem. So having a high self-esteem helps to keep negative factors from influencing your life. And that is why I say it's important to have a high self-esteem.
I don't think that my self-esteem is either high or low, because it is a process to get a high self-esteem, and I think it is a process that I'm still going through and will eventually get to where I want to be. Having a low self-esteem is very damaging to your mental health and just how you see yourself, and it can have repercussions on how you treat yourself or the relationships that you have with other people, and has a sort of domino effect in your life. Ways to increase your self-esteem would have to be starting with acceptance, looking at yourself and realizing that you can't change who you are, and learning how to love everything about you, and coming to terms with the fact that not everybody is going to like you, and that's okay, and just working on being the best version of yourself and just quit comparing yourself to other people. It is very important to have a high self-esteem because you need to learn how to love yourself. It's important to love yourself. It's important to see yourself in a positive light because you is not going to change. You are always going to be you. And you need to learn how to love that.
Ayo, what's up guys? My name is MK and I'm back here joining in this interesting topic about high and low self-esteem. Now, the self-esteem I believe that I have sometimes is high, but mostly it's low, like very low, because like why is because of my experiences in life and like those negatives, like because sometimes I'm highly responsive to different experiences. So when a negative experience did happen to me, it reduced my quality of living. You feel me? Because like I didn't expect much anymore, and I didn't expect much from myself anymore. But like it also like how low self-esteem affects me is that it affects, like in general, it affects the experiences that everybody has in their life, and then over time, like it can lead to low self-esteem, which can reduce the quality of a person's life in many different ways. And if we let this happen, and if we let it go unchecked, low self-esteem may even lead to mental health, such as anxiety, depression, and sometimes can lead up to tragic results. But sometimes I do have some high self-esteem for myself. So like in general, like how to boost one's self-esteem when feeling low is to identify and challenge your negative beliefs, And another way is that like simply just be positive about the things in life, because there's always a positive outlook in every single situation. So looking at those positive situations, you can use those and combat those negative situations, because in some way there has to be more positive than negative. You just need to open your eyes and see it. And also, you mustn't be hard on yourself. I mean, give yourself a break. Nobody is perfect. Everybody's imperfect. The only perfect we can understand is how to spell it. Nobody is perfect and nobody can accept perfection. So you're just hurting yourself more, creating insanity, making you insane just for you to believe that everything is perfect. You don't need to impress nobody but yourself. And also, like, improve your physical health. It's like exercise is very good. It's just many people don't understand what I can do. Like, it's not about looking good and all that, but not about looking strong and looking good, but also it affects your mentality as well and your quality of living. Because if you exercise good, your standard and quality of living will be good as well, because like you will have high dopamine and you will just feel good about yourself. You will feel more energized and to go out live and all that. And also, challenge yourself, take challenges and all that. With more challenges, the more experiences. And if you fail, good, then get up and do it again and you pass it. You learned a new skill. You have a new skill in your arsenal. Like nobody, I'm not saying life is good. I'm not saying life is bad. It's just like how you look at it. And if a bad things happen to you, then boost your self-esteem and just look at the positive things, like I said. So that's my take on this whole topic. And I hope that many people can see the light in every tunnel and just be focused. Thank you. Peace out.
And that's a wrap, guys. I really hope that you found the advice we shared about boosting your self-esteem very helpful. And please do tune in next week for our next podcast, Hattie's Top 6 Songs. Stay safe. Till next time. Bye.